Okay, so I think I'll start now. Good morning, everyone. My name is Antoine Bayajan, and I am the program coordinator here at the Ottawa branch. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which the National Association of Federal Retirees Ottawa branch office is located is traditional unceded territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe people. So on behalf of the branch, I'm pleased to welcome you to today's webinar with Meg Stickl-Kroeker, owner of local business Aim Fitness. Today's webinar is called How to Set Smart Fitness Goals This Fall. So Meg will share tips on making smart health goals and making a health plan and sticking to it in the fall season. Afterwards, Meg will lead us through a cardio and strength workout, so be ready to get moving. Veuillez noter que le webinaire sera présenté en anglais, mais la participation bilingue est toujours encouragée. I want to give a special welcome here to anyone who is not yet a member of the association. We hope that these webinars will inspire you to join us. And to our existing members, we hope that these webinars will encourage you to maintain your membership. And we encourage you to help us grow by participating in our annual mega recruitment drive, where if you recruit any new members, you will be entered in a draw to win some amazing prizes, including a $10,000 travel voucher and also $5,000 cash, courtesy of Colette and Bel Air Direct. So we'll make sure to give you all the details on this contest in our follow-up email. Finally, one more thing, there will be a question and answer period at the end of the webinar. So if you have any questions for Meg during her session, please type them in the Q&A box or the chat box on Zoom, and she'll be able to answer them at the end of today's webinar. That's it for me, so I'll turn over the presentation to Meg. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thanks, Antoine, and welcome, everyone. Nice to have you join today. So as Antoine said, we're going to be talking about how to set smart fitness goals. And I do encourage you to take some notes. So if you do have a notebook, a pen, this is your time to get it out, because I've got lots of good, helpful things for you. So first of all, those of you who don't know too much about myself, my name is Meg, and I'm the owner of the local business Aim Fitness. I started it up 11 years ago. My background is in psychology and gerontology, and I was working full-time at a retirement residence, and there was an opportunity to start teaching fitness classes. And as I started, I realized there is a need in our community, especially in the Ottawa community, for safe and comfortable fitness for people as they get older, as they retire, and as they have new challenges such as hip and knee replacements, diagnosis like osteoporosis, heart conditions. So I became certified as a personal trainer. I took lots of specialized courses to work specifically with older adults, because that's always been what I've done. And over the years, I have taught many, many fitness classes, lots of group sessions. I've had the privilege to partner with Rogers TV, and I have a TV show called Fit Over 50 with Meg that you can watch Monday to Friday on Rogers, channel 22. And then I also teach Aquafit, and this is a picture from this summer. I was teaching at a beautiful outdoor pool, and I've got some really amazing communities online and then also in person. So I do want to encourage you to get connected. What I've learned over the years and what I'll be highlighting as we talk about SMART goals is that accountability, joining a group, exercising with others can really be a game changer for so many people. So we're going to jump right in. So SMART goals. I'm sure you've heard about SMART goals. I know, maybe it was back in high school, maybe it was that long ago, or maybe in your workplace, you had to talk about this. So we're going to go through the SMART goals one step at a time. And today we're going to be focusing on fitness, but you can also think about your health if you have some nutrition goals as well. But we're going to go through each one at a time. So first, we start with specific. It's really important to have a specific goal. Now, I do a lot of free 15-minute health chats, and maybe I've chatted with you before, or maybe you want to talk to me. And what I ask people, I say, what are your main fitness goals that you want to work on in this season of life? And sometimes I hear people say, well, Meg, I just want to lose some weight. And oh, Meg, I really just want to get back into shape, or I want to improve my overall health. And then I dig a little bit deeper because it's great you want to lose weight. It's great you want to feel better, but we need to get specific in order to make changes happen. So if you've got your pen and paper, this is where we can get really, really clear on what it is that you want to work on. So maybe your goal is to lose weight, but instead of putting that as your goal, get specific. How many pounds do you want to lose? So maybe you want to lose 5 pounds. So write that down. Or maybe you want to become more active, but instead of saying that, you can become more specific in terms of what you want to do. So for example, I'm going to start walking 3 days a week for 20 minutes. Or I'm going to join an exercise class and I'm going to exercise 4 days a week for 1 hour. So we need to be specific. So what is your goal? So we're going to make this a really interactive session. So if you want to share in the chat and let us know what your goal is and make sure it's specific, I'll be looking for that. You can definitely do that. Now, the next thing to go over is, when do I want to start? Do you want to start this in October? Do you want to start it tomorrow? Is this something you're going to begin next week? And we want to also choose that exact time. When are you going to get started? Where will this goal take place? So, as I mentioned in one of my examples, if you signed up for a fitness class, then it's either taking place on Zoom or you have to go to a community center or another location for the class. Maybe your goal will take place outside if you're going for walks, or inside a mall if you're going to go for indoor walks. And then finally, who is involved? So is it just you, or are you doing this with a friend, or do you have a spouse who's going to be joining you? It's good to get all of these details really ironed out right away. Now, this morning, I was teaching a Zoom fitness class, and I found out that 2 of the ladies knew each other. They didn't know they were going to join, and they both joined the class. And as soon as they found out, they said, you know what, let's meet up together on another day of the week so we can do Meg's class again. We'll do the recording together in person. So I love that. I love how these ladies are going to be exercising together. So they're involving each other and they're making it really specific. They've chosen their day that they're going to be exercising together. All right, so this is S, specific goal. And like I said, if you want to share any of what you're thinking about, feel free to do that or take notes, because this is, again, really personal. It's really good to have all of this figured out ahead of time. Next, we go to M for measurable. So how will I know when this is accomplished? Well, you want to ask ourselves, how will I track my progress towards my goal? Something I do with all of my personal training clients, and my team and I work one-on-one with people. So we go into their homes, we bring our fitness equipment, and we help them get clear on their goals. And then we start with a fitness assessment. This is something you can do on your own as well. You can assess where you're at, because this is where you're starting. So what we do for our fitness assessment is we measure things like leg strength. So I have people sit on a chair and they stand up, and they sit back down on the chair and they stand up, and they repeat this for 30 seconds. And I count, I get my timer out and I count how many times can they do this in 30 seconds. So that's their measurable goal. This is where they are now. And then we also have them do wall push-ups. So you can do this on a wall where you stand close to a wall, arms are straight, and then you bend your elbows and then lower yourself back into the wall. This again, we time for 30 seconds. So we can see, what is your upper body strength like right now? We do a number of other things. And then down the road, a few months later, we do the assessment again. Now, in between, they're not doing nothing. They're meeting with a personal trainer. They're working on building strength, flexibility, whatever else they want to do. So it's incredible how later on, a few months later, those numbers, which may start with, 10 times getting up from the chair, 12, maybe even 14, but they end up looking more like 16, 18 times. And it's amazing to see the improvements. And I always say, numbers don't lie. I'm sure you know that to be true. Numbers don't lie. So if you do want to track yourself, the best way to do it is to do something like that. See where you're at now. Next, we have achievable. In order to have a SMART goal, we actually have to be able to do it. So how can the goal be accomplished? How is this going to be accomplished? So maybe for you, if you're wanting to lose that weight, you say, all right, I want to lose 10 pounds in 2 months. That's probably more realistic than saying you're going to lose it in a week. So is it achievable? Do I have the skills needed to achieve this goal? So a lot of people who reach out to me and say, hey, Meg, these are my goals. How do I get there? Don't have the skills. A lot of people we work with have exercised in the past. They've been really active. They enjoy traveling. They love gardening. They love golfing, but they haven't lifted weights in a while. They haven't used a resistance band in a while. So they would answer, most of them, no, I don't have these skills needed to achieve this goal. I don't know how much cardio I should do. I don't know how much I should do with weights. I want to make sure I'm safe as I do it. So if you don't have the skill, there's so many ways that you can get the skills. So one is to work with a professional. Another is to join a fitness class or a walking club. Or, if you're doing Tai Chi or something else, join the club with experts or people who are already doing it. And then you can also ask yourself what skills are needed to achieve this goal. So maybe one of the skills required is improving your motivation because you find that you start and you stop. So doing some research on how you can motivate yourself. Or maybe it's about time management. Maybe you don't have that skill. Maybe since retirement, you're, oh, I don't want to look at the clock. I don't want to time myself or worry about time. But maybe it is time to be a little more strict with yourself in order to achieve this goal that you have in mind. So this one, achievable. It's good to be honest. Do I have the skills to achieve this goal? R. So there's 2 R's. You may have heard of this. There's realistic and relevant, and I included them both because they both are relevant. So realistic, does this goal seem worthwhile? Am I able to achieve this goal? So quite often when it comes to weight loss, people have crazy goals. Oh, I'm going to lose 50 pounds in 2 months. Well, you know what? That's not realistic and it's not safe. You're not going to keep the weight off if you lose it too quickly. It's better to lose it over more time so it's sustainable. Now, maybe another thing that you're working on is just getting out for walks. The weather's a bit cooler. You say, you know what? I want to walk 6 days a week for 2 hours each day. Well, again, that may not be realistic. Years ago, I worked with a woman who said, Meg, I'm so excited about personal training. I'm so excited to work with you, and I just want to go all in. I said, okay, that's awesome. And her idea of all in was exercising 4 mornings a week. She is not a morning person at all, so she had to push herself to get up an hour earlier than usual. And she was really gung-ho and really excited. I could see that motivation, but I also knew this is not realistic long term. So I told her, I said, you know what? I'm exercising with you one morning a week. If you can exercise 1 morning on your own, that is amazing. If you end up doing 2 or 3 extras, then that's great, but have a minimum. Push yourself to do at least 1. Because in a few weeks, things will change. Our motivation changes. It may go downhill. So anyways, I touched base with her and each week I saw her. I said, okay, how are all the workouts going? 3 weeks later, she said, I struggled to fit in 1 extra day. And I said, yeah, do you remember our conversation about 4 mornings on your own? And she said, I know, I was a little bit crazy, a little overambitious. So this is a reminder for all of you who really are excited about doing more to rein it in and to focus on consistency instead of lofty or big goals right away. We want to build, we want to improve over time. And then to move over to the relevant topic, is this relevant? Why am I setting this goal right now? So a lot of the people I work with want to improve their balance and strength. Those are 2 really big ones. So maybe you had a friend this summer who had a really bad fall and it shook you up because you thought, you think you're pretty much at the same fitness level as them. And they had an injury, and now you're thinking, oh my gosh, I do not want to fall. And I really want to make sure I'm strong and I stay on my feet. So this is a relevant goal. If you're choosing something that's on your mind, maybe you're a little bit fearful of falling, maybe you do have a history of osteoporosis, and you know that it's easy to break a bone, we really want to make this goal relevant. And then how will this goal help me? So if it is, okay, I want to work on my balance and I'm going to be doing 20 minutes of balance exercises 2 days a week. How will this goal help me? Well, it'll help improve your balance so you don't fall, you don't injure yourself, and you can get up if you do spend time on the floor, whether you're wanting to be there or not. So we want to think about being realistic and then also relevant. T is time bound. When can I accomplish this goal? By what date do I want to complete my goal? So again, we want to be really specific. Maybe it's I want to lose 20 pounds by the end of this year. Okay, we've got that time that time stamp on it when we're going to do it. Or maybe to switch gears, we can talk about drinking more water. Okay, I want to start drinking more water. I know it's important. I don't want to be dehydrated. So I'm going to start by drinking 1 extra glass of water for this month. And then starting in October, I'll start drinking 2 extra glasses of water. And by the end of this year, I want to be up to 4 extra glasses of water each day. Okay, so again, it's thinking about how can I accomplish this within a certain time frame. So oftentimes what happens is we get sidetracked. I've already mentioned a few examples and people who are, overly excited, and often we don't stick with what we've started with. So this can really help. I encourage you to write this down if you've got a notepad in front of you. So first of all, what are your personal strengths that can help you achieve this goal? So maybe you are somebody who is really diligent. You are very dedicated. When you put your mind to something, you do it. So that is a strength. Maybe you're someone who is creative. So you can find different ways to fit this in. You can fit your workout in at different times of the day. You can get really creative with how you do it. You try different things. Maybe you are someone who is a people person and you love bringing people together and you say, you know what, I really love this idea. I want to invite a few people to join me and let's do this together. So write down, what is your personal strength that can help you achieve your goal? You may have one, you may have a few things to add. And then next, other things that come up quite often are challenges. And I'd love to hear from you. So please post in the chat. What are some challenges that I might encounter? What are some challenges that I might encounter? So a big one that I know for many people is time. Time. We think we have so much time. I know I'm guilty of this too. Oh yeah, let's go to the gym 5 mornings a week. And then things come up. So maybe you don't have the time. Maybe you have a really busy week. Maybe there's a family thing that comes up. Maybe you need to become a babysitter for a week and step in to help family. Maybe there's a health scare or health condition that pops up. There's so many things that can be challenges that may come up that you might encounter. And then the next part that's really, really important is ways to overcome the challenge. So I can tell you a few stories of the ladies and gentlemen who I work with. One of them had shingles recently, and she's part of my online fitness membership, AIM Fitness Online. She's been a member for a long time. And even when she had shingles, she kept active. She said, I know this is temporary. I know this is painful, but she said it's not affecting my legs. So she would sit down and she would still stretch her legs, even if she didn't feel 100%. So she had made that decision. My health is so important to me. I don't want to let this medical setback hold me back. So she still did some stretches, which was amazing. And then I know other people who attend my classes and attend my sessions, and they say, you know what, Meg, I really injured my shoulder recently. I know one woman has talked about her hip that's been bothering her, but they still show up. They still come, they still exercise, and they do what they can do. So even if the hip is bothering this woman, she sits down when everyone else is standing and she focuses on what she can do in a seated position, or she focuses on her weights for her arms instead of focusing on her legs right now. So, you know, these are ways to overcome the challenge. Another way to overcome the challenge is to use technology. So use your phone as a reminder. Another thing people struggle with, big challenge, is forgetting. When we're starting something new and we're getting into a new habit, oftentimes we just don't think about it. We don't think about going for that extra walk, or we don't think about, you know, drinking that extra glass of water. So set a reminder on your phone to go off every day at the same time, have it pop up, and it reminds you, okay, go to the gym. Oh, drink that water, do your stretches, whatever it is. And that can really just be that reminder. Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that now. Or I can't do it now, I'm gonna do it in half an hour. Don't ignore it. Don't put it off too long. All right, so we're going to be moving into our workout really shortly, but I just want to share a few things before we transition. So what are some next steps you can take? So we talked about SMART goals. There's so many different elements we need to think about in order to make things happen. So really the onus is on you. It is important that we choose what we want to do, but remember that you are empowered to make those decisions for yourself. And it is important to take a bit more time to look over that. So I encourage you to take some time later today, look at your SMART goals, and then make a plan to make it actually happen. So if you're needing some support, I would love to help you improve your stamina. If you have an upcoming vacation coming up, if you want to gain more energy, or if you want to improve your strength for things around the house or for your favorite hobbies. So if you'd like to connect, I would love to chat with you. You can book a free 15-minute health consultation by visiting my website, activitiesinmotion.ca. And this is a great way to hear about my programs and to chat about, you know, what you're thinking about today based on your goals. And then I also have an amazing program, an at-home fitness program for adults 50 plus. And all NAFR members save 33% off their membership. So it's an amazing deal that you all get. And what I've put together are 20 to 30-minute workouts that you can do right at home. All of the videos have been pre-recorded, so you can watch them on demand at any time of day. And I've put together a calendar so you can click on the workout of the day. You don't have to think about what to do. I've already planned it out for you. And these videos all help you focus on improving strength, mobility, getting you motivated, improving your cardio, and they're put together in a way that you can follow along at your own pace. So if you do have a hip issue or knee issue or osteoporosis, I make lots of different options so you can make sure that you feel really safe as you do that. So if you are interested in hearing more about the program, we are taking on new members right now, and there is a member code that you have to put in when you go to the checkout. So send me an email if you are interested, and I can send you that code. All right, so we're going to get moving in just a minute. Are there any, if there's any comments or questions, I will get to them at the end, okay? So feel free to post what your goals are, what you're thinking about for the fall, and then at the end, I'll get to those questions, and would love to hear what your main fitness goals are. And just so you know, we are more likely to achieve our goals if we write them down. It's one thing to think about it. You are more likely to achieve it if you write it down. You're even more apt to achieving it if you tell somebody what you're doing. So I encourage you, if you are really serious about your health, tell someone, whether it's a friend or family member, what you want to do. And there's something about that social pressure. You're not going to want to fail because you've told somebody. So it works in many ways. And we need that. We need that accountability. We really do. All right, so we're going to be moving to our workout now. We are going to be focusing today on cardio, so getting that heart rate up. We are also going to be focusing on building strength. So you will need weights with you. So grab your weights. We're going to move away from the screen, so make sure you have a little bit of space to move around, and then we're going to get started. All right, so I encourage you to join me. A little bit of space around you. Move that chair off to the side. We're going to start with a warm-up. So we're going to start by marching on the spot. Shoulders back as we go. Focus on that breathing. So breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. And what we'll do here is we're going to stretch. Probably been sitting a lot of today already. So let's open up the chest as we inhale and then exhale. Give yourself a hug. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, give yourself that hug. And again. 2 more. And 1. Good. All right. From here, we're going to be tapping those toes in front, reaching with the opposite arm. So we're going to start with a warm-up to get those muscles moving. Remember to work at your own pace, and if you need to, you can do this right beside a chair. You can hold on to the chair if you need to. And I will be giving different options in our workout today. So I know we have people who have all different abilities. All right, good. I'm going to change those arms, keep tapping in front, reach out to the side. All right, good. All right, very good. Let's keep going for 3 and 2 and 1. Good. All right, we're going to lift those knees nice and high and bring those hands to the knees. Side to side. So straighten up that spine, shoulders back, lift the knee up to you. All right, awesome work. I'm going to change those arms. Let's reach up with the opposite arm, opposite knee. Breathing in, breathing out. Very good. Another 3 per side. 2 and 1. Good. All right, let's move to a figure 8. Figure 8 those arms with a side step. All right, very good. And I want to remind you too that your workouts that you do don't have to be so long that you don't end up doing them. Often people think, well, I need to exercise an hour every day. But really, if you're doing 20 to 30 minutes, that is good enough. And my program has videos that are short because we know that life gets busy. It's hard to fit them in if they're too long, or if you just don't do it because it's too intimidating. All right, good. Now from here, we're going to lift the legs, swing the arms, tap your foot to the opposite knee. As you do this, let's tighten up that stomach. All right, very good. Option 1 is to swing those arms side to side. Option 2, lift the arms up. And let's do another 3. And 2. And 1. Very good. All right, let's continue to step side to side, circle the shoulders backwards. And then we're going to get into our first cardio exercise. This was our warm-up. So if you're warming up, feeling your heart work already, that's a good thing. Good job. So what we're going to do next is we will do a cardio exercise and do an exercise with weights. And then we'll go back and forth between the two. And this is a really effective way to burn more calories, to get the heart rate up. So we're working on stamina and strength. All right, good. So grab a sip of water and then we'll get going. All right, so our first cardio exercise is the jumping jack tap. So it looks like this. I'm going to show you options. Option 1 is reaching out to the side, tapping the toe. Okay, out and in. And then option 2 is reaching up overhead. All right, I'm going to set my timer. Today we're going to do 30 seconds of a cardio workout. All right, so ready? And here we go. So choose your option or reaching up overhead. So 30 seconds. And this is a low impact exercise because we're not jumping. So we're tapping. But you'll find this one to be very effective. Steady breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Remember to work at your own pace. Don't try to keep up with me if that's not happening today. Or if you want to go a little faster, you can. Choose your options. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Grab your weights. I'm using 5-pound weights today. You can use anything from 2 up to 8, depending on your abilities. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to be adding a tap as we curl your weight up to your shoulder. So the bicep curl and front tap. All right, so breathing in, breathing out. I'll show you from the side. We want our shoulders to be back. Tapping in front. Now keep your wrists nice and straight as you curl that weight up to the shoulder. All right, very good. 5 per side. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, set your weights off to the side. You can put them right on your chair. All right, and we're going to go back to our jumping jack tap. Another 30 seconds. All right, here we go. Reaching out to the side or reaching up overhead. 30 seconds, here we go. Try to keep those shoulders relaxed. All right, excellent work. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and release. Woo. So feel that heart rate. Heart rate is going up. Let's grab those weights. All right, and we're going to be holding those weights right in front, right by your stomach, moving to some squats. So take those feet nice and wide. Your feet should be a bit wider than your hips, toes out to the corners of the room. Hold on to those weights and then take those hips back. So just like you're sitting back on a chair right behind you. Bending the knees. Just watch that your knees don't go past your toes. And to accomplish that, take your hips back. Just like you're reaching for a couch behind you. Good, keep going. Now, options here. Option 1 is doing a smaller squat. If your knees bother you or they're weaker, don't go quite as low. Other option is to go a little bit lower if this is something you do often. Breathing in, Breathing out. Another 5. And 4. 3. 2. And 1. All right, excellent. Set those weights off to the side. And grab a sip of water. All right, good. So we're going to go back to our cardio. This time I've got a new exercise for you. All right, this time we're going to be tapping the opposite knee. Okay, so high knees, reaching out to the side and then tapping. All right, so here we go. We're on the clock, 30 seconds. Option 1, keeping your feet close to the floor, really reaching down towards the knee. Option 2, lifting the knees nice and high. Option 3, reaching up with the other arm. That will really get the heart rate up. Choose your option. All right, almost there. 3, 2, and 1. All right, circle the shoulders back. Do a few side steps. All right, good. Now grab those weights again. All right, so from here, we're going to be bringing those weights close to you, elbows in, and we're going to be tapping that foot out to the side. So I like to say, open up the double doors. Elbows are close to your body, weights are out to the side, tapping to the side. All right, good. So building up that strength in the upper body. And then working on coordination as we add that tap, working on balance as well. Good, keep breathing as we go. Feeling in this in the arms and shoulders. Good, another 3. And 2 per side. And 1. All right, set those weights down, well done. Going back to that same cardio exercise, arms out, lift the opposite knee and tap. Going at a good pace, you want to get that heart rate up. Work a little bit harder by reaching up. Steady breathing. All right, good, we're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, circle the shoulders back. Step side to side. All right, good work. If you want to grab some water on the way to your weights, go right ahead. All right, for the next one, we need one weight. One weight. We're going to do some bowling. So you can face your chair if you'd like to hold on with. I'll show you that option first. And like you're doing the splits, take one leg back, one leg in front. What we're going to do is we're going to shift our weight, lifting the heel, and then lift the toes as the arm goes back. So we're doing some bowling. Now, if you don't want to hold on to the chair, you feel pretty confident without it, then this is the other option. All right, so here we go. Lifting that weight and extending the arm back. And just watch that you don't swing the arm. We want to think about moving it with precision. So lifting and extend back. Do a little pause here as you lift. Tightening up the core as that arm lifts. Good. Let's do another 3. And 2. And 1. All right, change arms, change sides. All right, same thing here. Really think about being in control of that weight, not just letting it fly back and forth. Lift the toes, lift the heels. Breathing in, breathing out. And let's do another 3. And 2. And 1. All right, excellent. Let's set that weight down. All right, good work. So we're going to go back to our first cardio move that we did, jumping jack tap for another 30 seconds. All right, ready, and here we go. So reaching out to the side or reaching overhead. Steady breathing. All right, good. One thing I love about these fast-paced classes is they go by really quickly because you're moving from one exercise to the next. So if you do find you're someone who often checks the time, oh, we're almost done, you'll like this style. All right, we're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, let's grab those weights again. All right, so we're going to do both lower and upper body. What we want to focus on first is our heel raise. So our feet are going to be about as wide as our hips. Lift the heels and then lift the arms. Lift the heels, working the calves. Lifting the weights, working shoulders and arms. Good. All right, breathing as we go, standing tall, tightening up that core. All right, excellent. And I love these exercises where you're working both the upper and lower body, because again, it saves time. We can fit more in during a shorter period of time. All right, good work. Let's do 5 more of each. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, set those weights off to the side and then circle those shoulders backwards. All right, excellent work. We're going to end with one more exercise for our core. So we'll do our 30 seconds before we do that. All right, so ready? We're going to bring that hand right across. So this was cardio exercise number 2. Here we go, speeding it up. And you've got your options. You can also reach directly over top or out to the side. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, circle back, and then we're going to move to our chair, and you'll need just one weight for this next one. All right, so have a seat. We want to sit close to the middle or edge of your chair, and then recline all the way back, feet flat on the floor. So hold on to your weight with both hands, and then we're going to be going from one side, one hip to the other hip. As you do this, move your shoulder away from the back of that chair. All right, so working our core, tightening it up as we go, and breathing. So option 1 is this, keeping those feet flat on the floor. Option 2 is lifting a knee. As you move to the right, lift the right knee lower than the other side. Good, breathing in and out, 5 more per side. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work. All right, sit up tall. We'll circle back. Awesome. Now we're going to move to some stretches. So we're going to start with a few seated stretches. Let's lengthen one leg. Heel to the floor, point that toe up, and then lean over, lean and reach towards that raised toe, feeling that stretch up the back of the leg. And keep your back nice and straight as you do this one, so you might not go quite as far, so you'll stretch your back out as well. Let's switch legs. Heel to the floor, lengthen the leg, keep that back straight and reach. So just notice how you're feeling. We had a nice quick workout today, and hopefully you're feeling warmed up, you're feeling energized and motivated. All right, good. Come on up. We're going to stand. So you can stand beside that chair. Just watch your weight. It's easy to trip on them. You're on the floor. All right, so let's do a few upper body stretches. Let's reach your arms all the way back as far as you can go. And then take one arm right across the other. Hand to your elbow, press that arm in. Now, as you do this, we're going to circle your ankle. Toe on the floor is option 1, and option 2 is lifting that leg and circling. Circle the other way. And lower the foot. Opposite arm right across. And then lift that heel, circle. Or lift your foot. Other way. And then let's release. All right, we're going to stretch the quads. Option 1 is reaching for your foot, grabbing that foot, pulling your knee in towards the other one. And if it's hard to hold on, then you can also take that toe back and just lean backwards with that leg nice and straight. You'll get that same sensation stretching the front of the thigh. Okay, so that's option 1 or option 2. Take a few deep breaths, and then let's do the other side. Okay, so you can move to the other side of your chair. Okay, so grabbing that foot, pulling it back, or if that's too tough, that's not happening, leaning back, curling that toe back. Feeling it in the front of the leg. All right, very good. So let's finish here. We're going to take a few deep breaths. Take those arms out to the side and look up. Then give yourself a hug, look down. Breathe in, look up. And then exhale down. Good. Noticing how you're feeling. Feeling good. Awesome work. One more inhale. And exhale and give yourselves a pat on your back. All right, wonderful job, everybody. So before we go, I would love to hear what your goals are. So let me know in the chat, and also let me know if you have any questions. Now, before you head off, I want to tell you about a really exciting event that we have planned for next week. So I'm going to be doing an in-person workout for NAFR members. You may have heard about this. Maybe you're already signed up. I hope you are. But I wanted to give you the details because we do have just a few spots available, so you can still join us. So what it looks like is we're going to be meeting next week, Wednesday the 18th, from 10:30 till noon. We're going to be doing about close to a 45-minute workout. I'm going to be there, and my colleague Michelle will be there as well. And we're going to be doing a full body workout. We're going to be bringing some equipment, so you don't need to worry about bringing anything. We'll be supplying all of it. And we are going to be meeting at the Britannia Park. So right at Britannia Beach. It's a beautiful area. We're hoping for a day just like this, really, really warm and lovely. So be sure to check out the emails and also the website so you can register for that event. All right, would love to see you there. It's going to be so much fun. We met again earlier in the summer, and we had an amazing turnout, beautiful weather. We had so much fun. So this is back by popular demand. All right, good. So I'm just gonna hit up the chat here. Okay, so Joanne, it sounds like your goal is to get back to your exercise routine, where I did weights in my home gym, cardio using my bike, fun activities, snowboarding, hiking, paddleboard, snowshoeing. Awesome. Yeah, so getting back to a fitness routine can really be so beneficial to give you that strength so you can do your outdoor activities that you love to do. Awesome. All right, and then Ian, you wrote, what is the cost? Okay, so I'm imagining you're talking about my online fitness membership. So you can join for 3, 6, or 12 months. And when you break it down, it ends up being, normally it's $50 a month. And with your discount, it's closer to $35 a month. Okay, so a really, really good deal you guys get. So if you go to my website, be sure you reach out first so you have the coupon code so you get that discount. And then, yeah, and Madeline, for next week, the Britannia Beach fitness activity, we're going to be there Wednesday the 18th. So next Wednesday, September 18th. And it's from 10:30. So you can come anytime. We'll be there around 10:15. So you can come join us and we'll get started at 10:30. And then we'll be there till noon. We have a get to know you activity after. We have the event is sponsored, so we'll have some snacks as well and a chance to get to know other NAFR members. And there's a number of people from the board who are also going to be there. So yeah, it is a party. I have to tell you that. We've got good music, good times, good people. So really hope you can make it out. Make sure you RSVP though, because we do need to have those numbers in the next few days. All right. Any other questions or comments before we finish up? So I encourage you to take action on your SMART goals. I know there's a lot of information and it's really good to, again, go through how can you make your fitness goals happen? How can you get on track and how can you start now? And I was laughing with someone this morning because I was saying, every fall it seems like it's New Year's. You have that excitement to get back into the routine after being off in the summer, after traveling and, enjoying a slower pace. And I just love this time of year where it is a great time to reassess, to really look at your fitness goals with a new set of eyes and get really clear on what you want to make happen. All right, good. Well, we'll end it here. Thank you everyone for being here and for participating. Have a great day.
Thanks, Meg. That was wonderful. Just a few words before we end off. First of all, to anyone here, thank you for participating in today's webinar. And our thanks to Meg for putting on this presentation. We hope that everyone here learned a few tips that they can use in the fall season. There will be a follow-up email that will be sent to everyone who registered, and it'll include the recording for today's webinar. So if you want to watch it back on your own time, you'll be able to do that. And it'll also include details to sign up for next week's in-person fitness session that Meg mentioned. So look out for a follow-up email. It should be coming later, either today or tomorrow. Finally, remember that you can invite non-members to attend our webinars and try us out for free as a guest. And we have a great lineup of webinars this fall for all our NAFR members. So please check out our website at nafrottawa.com and you'll be able to see all our upcoming webinars and register for them. So thank you, everyone, and we hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.